Well, you get this attention all of a sudden, and then record labels are actually knocking at your door, trying to sign you,
Yeah.
convince you to come over to America. But you took, I think you made it a point to take a while to do this, not to jump into something.
Yeah.
Why was this important for you?
I think that we were very wary of making the wrong decision because, I mean, we were also fortunate in that we had a lot of options that were coming our way. So we really wanted to make the right decision, and we didn't want to jump in too soon as well, because I mean some of those early opportunities that came up, I think had we jumped at those we would have missed what subsequently came along. But there was always that risk and the concern that we would, you know, take too long to make a decision and the interest would pass us by, because with music it's very unpredictable, and you don't know if you know how long people's ears are going to be there to listen to what you're doing. So, but we took about 6 months to make a decision, and there were some sleepless nights trying to work out what to do. But I think in the end we did the right thing.
Well, I assume this was a democratic decision with everybody in the band.
I told everybody what to do. It was democratic.
Yeah. Well, was there some level of anxiety, like maybe this is our last?
Oh, of course, because there was definitely a few moments over that 6 month period where we were unsure if we were doing the right thing.
Well, what at that point kept you grounded then too? Because I wrote something down as well, that you make it a point not just to release something, but that you want to be completely happy with it. You don't want to just go out there and get it in for yourself. So why is it this importance on I'll call it quality over just getting out there?
Well, I think that there was a pressure just to sort of, from some of the labels that we were talking to, hey, just send us all your music and it's just, you know, let's put some stuff out now. For us, it was, like you say, the focus was always on the focus should always be on the music, because we're a band. It shouldn't be on the marketing, especially from our point of view at least. Maybe there's other people in a label, of course, that focus on the marketing, but for us it was always making the music. Does the music really speak for us? Is it really exactly what we want to put out, or you know, is it kind of not quite there? So why we didn't want to just put out anything, because that was the quickest way, I think, to finish any interest that was in it. Like if you just throw music out there, I think that how do I put it? If the focus isn't on quality, then there's nothing. You shouldn't really be doing it, I don't think.
Fair enough. Well, so you're signed. Well, why did you decide on Warner first of all?
One of the big things for us was, this was always the case, was that we wanted to sign with a label that would allow us to continue to produce the music ourselves, and we didn't want to be in a situation where everything would have to be changed because they thought that, you know, a big producer should come in and make it more commercial. Because I think the one thing we did have at that point there was at least we had some confidence that there was a song, Trojans, that we had done everything in-house. We produced it and A&R'd it and done everything by ourselves, and that was succeeding out there to a certain extent, and so we thought that gave us confidence that we could do that, we could repeat that process, and while other producers could come in and make it more commercial or whatever, that there's a unique way that we do it, and that is valid.
Okay. Well, you say it's a unique way. Well, what can you describe it, maybe?
What's that?
That it's a unique way that you do it.
Well, I just think it's just inherently unique in that because we do it. I mean, we devised our own ways of recording drums and vocals, etc. And because we weren't taught by anyone to do it, there's probably incorrect ways that we do things. But with all that, there's a unique sound. Just like if you went and recorded a band, there's always you're going to have your own sound, and there's certain things that you like, you're going to put into it. So I think there's just like with art, that's in any form of art, it's our vision, and it's just as valid as anyone else's, whether that's a big producer or not. So And I think that there's too much music now that it's made by too few producers, which ends up sounding like the same. You know, a lot of radio you put on and I can't tell who it is because it sounds like one of 20 other bands. So we really wanted to avoid that. Avoid having, you know, big corporate sounding drum kit and a big corporate sounding vocal, you know, that sort of thing. It just really turns me off of music. It's everything I hate about music. So there's always that risk if you get put with a producer that you've got to turn out an album that sounds like that.
So that creative control basically was quite important.
Absolutely, because I think that's the quickest way to find yourself on the scrap heap is have someone else's artistic visions forced upon your music, and then all of a sudden no one's really happy, you know, or maybe the producer is, but you're not. If you're the songwriter and the singer, if it doesn't sound the way that you want, then what is it? It's, you know.
Well, at this point, did it also add a lot of pressure then that you had to do it all yourself and
yes, but probably less pressure than having working with a producer that you're not getting on well with, which I think can happen quite a lot. And also I think that we're very opinionated with it. Like I'm very opinionated with how I want music to sound. So finding another producer who's similar to that could be a difficult task, if not impossible.